Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Tuesday. This is Gigi. Come on and get your walk. Walking 1K with Gigi. Oh, it's a beautiful day here in the 757. I thought I was going to have to put on a jacket earlier, but it's just right. It's just right. It is a beautiful day because, of course, this is the day that the Lord has made. We're rejoicing and we're glad in it. I want to give a shout out to all of the listeners and watchers that are walking and watching and listening from around the world. You know, yesterday I was checking my what we call analytics. We YouTubers, we want to see where people are watching us from. And I want to say, Kenya, you're on top. You are on top. Oh, I thank you for walking with me. I don't know what time you're watching me at, but I just appreciate it. And a lot of you have left comments, and one of you even invited me to come to Kenya. And I think one day, my husband and I, we're going to get to Kenya one day, because my husband, he really wants to visit some places in Africa. And one of these days, we might pop up on y'all. And then second place was Venezuela. Oh my goodness. Thank you for watching, Venezuela. United States came in third, and Sweden is coming in fourth. So I thank all of you for watching again from around the world, because this is what it's all about, going into all the world, teaching all nations. Well, I have a gem nugget for this morning. Yesterday on Facebook, memories pop up, on Facebook, and I had almost forgotten about this special event that happened 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I retired, and I had a big celebration. I want to thank my husband for helping me get this thing together about 8 years ago, and we had gospel artist Wes Morgan to come, and it was just such a big celebration. And I was just thinking about the fact, because I decided that I would retire at the age of 57. And I am so glad that I did. I just felt that it was the time. And, you come to a point where you say, um, I don't have to do this. There's somebody that can do it, and I've done my time. So, it's time for me to move on. And I thank God they hired someone to replace me, another African American male to replace me, and I was just so happy about that. But it reminded me of this the Daily Bread lesson today. It's titled Shebna's Grave, and I'm gonna tell you who Shebna was in a little bit. Um, but my gem nugget is titled You Can Be Replaced. You can be replaced. When it comes to, there's some people that think that, when they've been given a position or authority or everything, they think they are it. Nobody can do it better, or they get so much into themselves that, they just think, I'm it, and I don't have to be replaced, or I can't be replaced. And I remember when I used to work with some colleagues, sometimes they felt that they couldn't be replaced. And sometimes, situations would come up where maybe they got sick, and they would just keep on pushing through and trying to work even though they were sick, or maybe they needed to take care of some things in their family, and instead of taking care of their family or their children or even parents, sometimes they put the job above everything else, like, nobody else could do the job. And I would tell some of them, I said, you know what, especially if it was a health situation, I said, God forbid if you drop dead today or tomorrow, they will replace you with sometimes more than one person. They replace you with two or three people, but you can be replaced. And the Daily Bread shared a story that I was not familiar with from the 22nd chapter of Isaiah. Apparently, there was a man who was a palace administrator. And he got so full of himself and so full of pride. And I did a little more research on this man named Shebna, and possibly he also was a conspirator. He was like a traitor in Hezekiah's court. Hezekiah was a good king. A lot of y'all know the story. Hezekiah, the one that had done things right in the eyes of the Lord. And then when he was told that he was going to die, he reminded God of how right he had done. And, God added 15 years to his life. But this man that was under Hezekiah was named Shebna. And he was so full of himself and so full of pride. And also, he was also a traitor. But he got to the point, he thought he was so good and so this, and nobody could do the job like him, that he went on ahead and had his grave done and inscribed, talking about, how good he was. He was building a monument for himself, a grave marker for himself before he died, telling about how great he was. And what happened in Isaiah 22, God told Isaiah to go down and tell him something. He says, starting in the 15th verse, this is what the Lord Almighty says. Go say to the steward, to Shebna, the palace administrator, what are you doing here, and who gave you permission to cut out a grave for yourself here? Listen to this. Hewing your grave on the height and chiseling your resting place in the rock. Beware, the Lord is about to take firm hold of you and hurl you away, you mighty man. He will roll you up tightly like a ball and throw you into a large country. There you will die, and there the chariots you were so proud of will become a disgrace to your master's house. I will depose you from your office, and you will be ousted from your position. I'm reading this, y'all. This ain't me. And then, this is what he said, how he was going to replace him. In that day, I will summon my servant Eliakim, son of Hilkiah. I will clothe him with your robe and fasten your sash around him and hand your authority over to him. He will be a father to those who live in Jerusalem and to the people of Judah. I will place on his shoulder the key to the house of David. When he opens, what he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open. And guess what? And God even he said, I'm going to put him, he's going to be there in a firm place. I will drive him like a peg into a firm place. He will become a seat of honor for the house of his father. Good gracious. That's why I say you can be replaced, especially when you are not following the instruction of God. You put yourself so high and think that you cannot be replaced. It reminds me of another person that thought he wasn't going to be replaced, and that was King Saul, first king of Israel. And after he disobeyed God, God told him to go into battle, kill everything. Kill the king, kill the animals, kill everything. Don't leave nothing. And what did Saul do? Saul left the king alive. And then when Samuel asked him, did you do everything? He could hear the animals making noise and stuff. And then in Samuel, this was good. Samuel, 1 Samuel 13:14. He told Samuel, don't be crying over Saul. He didn't do what I told him to do. But I have found you've been replaced with a man that's after my heart. Oh my goodness. See, you can be replaced. If you're not doing the will of the Lord, I don't care how big you are or who you are, you can be replaced. And we know the end of that story. He was replaced with David, a man after God's own heart. That's why Fred Hammond said, because God is looking at the heart. He's not looking at the outside appearance. Fred Hammond said in his song, give me a clean heart to see you like I should, to walk the path that's right, to do the thing you would. Give me a clean heart. That's right. You can be replaced. You can be replaced with someone that's going to follow and be after God's own heart. Oh my goodness. I just want to let y'all know that you can be replaced. Oh my goodness. I think somebody needed that this morning. I think somebody needed that this morning. Well, while I'm at it, I just want to remind you again, subscribe to the Gem Nugget channel. Tonight is Church School Live. This is your weekly Sunday school lesson, as yours truly teaches it from the International Sunday School Lesson Series. Oh, we got another good one tonight. It's entitled Empowered Servants. Last week it was Bold Ministers, because we're in this quarter titled Hope in the Lord. And we're continuing with that theme. And we as servants need to be empowered. And you probably say, what do we need to be empowered to do? Well, I know you're not going to believe it. I think maybe you think you need to be empowered like Superman, that you can leap tall buildings in a single bound, or to be faster than a locomotive, or be able to look through things. But he wants to empower. Oh my goodness. I know y'all not going to believe it. He wants to empower his servants. It's like he empowered Paul to bring everybody in unity. I know you didn't believe that one, but we need to have the power, especially those of us that are servants of God and ministers of God. He wants us to give us the wisdom and the power, which only comes from the Holy Spirit, to bring everyone together in unity. Oh my gosh, it's a great day. They're on the motorcycles. Oh my goodness. But y'all just tune in tonight. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. Empowered servants. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed day. But don't forget, you can be replaced. Bye.